After the levees failed during Hurricane Katrina, thousands of rescued New Orleanians were brought to Texas.
As Sabrina Wilson reports, ironically, a New Orleans doctor ended up helping many of them there.
The gravity of Katrina's threat before landfall wasn't immediately top of mind for many.
That weekend, I had 4 patients admitted to me at Children's Hospital Uptown. So I was rounding on them Monday through Friday, and since they were my patients, I rounded on that Saturday as well.
On Sunday, August 28, 2005, an emergency evacuation was called one day before Dr. Maurice Scholes could have ended up at Charity Hospital.
Even though I do pediatric physical medicine rehab, which is why my kids were at Children's, I covered the adult physical medicine rehab service at Charity Hospital. So my call schedule would have started that Monday and run to the following Sunday.
Before Katrina's landfall, many New Orleanians had no way out. After being rescued, thousands ended up in Houston. It turns out that's where Dr. Scholes had gone, knowing he didn't have to go to Charity.
When they called the weather emergency on Sunday, the attending that was on call for the week before me was the person that actually had to go into Charity Hospital and cover that service.
At Houston's Astrodome, he sprang into action.
Obviously, there were thousands of kids there. What do you think?
I started working because I couldn't sleep. It was so distressing looking on TV and seeing people you knew, seeing people and houses that I had literally been to within the last few weeks before the storm, that my brain was just racing.
He worked evenings there.
Was mental exhaustion palpable?
At that point, it wasn't just exhaustion, it was stunned shock. People were still processing, how did I get here? Where am I going? I used the term hurricane because it was sort of like a vacation you never chose. So before some people got to exhausted or angry, they were just blank.
Scholes stayed in Houston 9 days and then headed to Baton Rouge.
I spent almost 2 months in Baton Rouge before I came back to New Orleans. I came back immediately when we had potable water.
Technology wasn't at 2025 levels when Katrina hit.
At that time, in 2005, we didn't have electronic medical records. So all of my records were in my office at Children's.
How did Dr. Scholes cope with what you saw in the aftermath of Katrina?
It's taken 20 years for me to speak about it publicly. I did it for the first time ever around the Essence Music Festival a few months ago.
2 decades later.
Big change in technology. So electronic medical records, you can access your chart on your phone now.
Dr. Scholes told me the fact that he didn't have access to his patients' records for a time was disorienting. And he says it was very tough not knowing where people were and where they were going.